we're getting started with the best of 5. Toxic versus Mizixi. Toxic's been on a tear recently. He's been leveling up in Europe, and he's been climbing the EU and the worldwide 1v1 power rankings. Today, it's a revenge match. We've already had one failed attempt at revenge. Nas against Joyas there. I believe was a failed attempt at revenge. It's Mzxy fails to read the inside of the post. Oh yeah, the colors will be wrong because I switched it last match. Hold on, let me just flip it back. That should be right in a second. But yeah, it's all about revenge matches tonight. We had Nas against Joyas. A revenge match from, I think it was a Fear Showmatch, if I recall. That one was won by Joyas, so unfortunately Nas not able to get the revenge. And now Toxic's trying to get revenge on Mizixi, so we'll see if he can have any more luck. Mizixi already up by 1. Nice shot from distance to catch Toxic, lacking with height in the defensive compartment. Yeah, KSA just so many, Saudi Arabia just producing so many incredible 1v1 players. Mizixi just too fast there. Toxic had, I think, yeah, he just had 0 boost. Yeah, he's trying to fake that he had any kind of boost at all there to back up Mizixi, because he's so close to the ball that even if he had 12 boost, Toxic would have been able to get behind that and force a solid 50-50. But Mizixi just completely read that he had nothing and went straight for the ball and scored it. Toxic's probably a little bit annoyed by that because he's thinking, how did you know I had exactly 0? Even if I had 10, the play you just made would not have made sense. But yeah, I will say, even though Mizixi is the guy who had the win the last time these two played, I think Toxic is the favorite today because he's been phenomenal. Not going to say results because I don't know what's been published, what hasn't, but yeah, he's been playing very well. Tomorrow, only pick EU players. That's right. So if you're watching this live, tomorrow we do have the top 25 player prediction stream for the Wildcard World Championship combination. And it's actually going to be a good time for you European viewers for once. All you Middle Eastern European viewers who usually have to catch the top 25 player ranking stream on VOD. This time you should be able to tune in live. It's going to be at 5 PM British Summer Time, 6 PM Central European Summer Time, midday Eastern Daylight Time. And for all other time zones, Google is your friend. I would encourage you to to just give it a quick search. I don't know all of them off the top of my head. Now Mzixi's really started strong here. Like I said earlier, this is the first time I've casted a show match from Mzxy. Casted plenty Toxic show matches, and pun intended, I've casted plenty Toxic show matches. But Mzxy, looking like a veteran already, does not seem to be too bothered by the occasion. Looks very comfortable so far in the matchup against Toxic. I love that challenge from Mzixi as well. As soon as Toxic's setting up the angle dribble, Mzixi closes the angle, challenges immediately. Wildcard only. No, it's going to be Worlds and Wildcard combined, just the entire thing. Who do we think the top 25 players are going to be for the World Championship, including the Wildcard? Yeah, that's going to be tomorrow. Bait's going to have good predictions this time. It's the first time for everything, so you know, you never know. But I'm going to lean on the side of I'll believe it when I see it. Personally, I'm going to need to see it before I believe it. Will I make predictions with chat again? I'm actually thinking to do that tomorrow. I might do my Worlds predictions tomorrow, right before we do the top 25 player stream, because the top 25 player stream kind of gives away what my Worlds predictions are a little bit, whereas if we do the predictions first, it's still more up in the air of, you know, which individual players I think are going to do well. So yeah, if you guys want, I could do top 25 player predictions tomorrow. That would probably be around lunchtime if I do it, and then the player ranking would be at 5 PM my time. Yeah, 1 in chat if you think that sounds like a plan. 1 goal is all Toxic's able to manage so far. It might be about to double up. Indeed he is. It's going to be 2 for Toxic. Mzxy looking to bump him onto the sidewall there. No such luck. Thanks by the way to Fluid PT for the Prime, and also Zudni with the 6-month Prime. Welcome back. Like I said in the last Showmatch we casted today. I'm going to be looking to get as many matches streamed. We're going to probably be looking to make at least 4 more show matches happen before I go to Dusseldorf on Tuesday. This being Friday. I think it should be possible. Mzixi's been so solid. An annoying player for Toxiic to deal with in this first game. I think Toxic's going to be regretting the start of this series where he just underestimated Mizixi's aggression, it would seem. Now here he comes with the air double bump. Oh, what a save by Mzxy. He actually faked a pre-jump there and then jumped back down and actually still got back to the ball, and he slams in a 4th goal. Well, he's definitely not just going to win this game, this series, based alone on the offensive aggression. That was one of the best saves we've seen today, and we had plenty in that first story is right before this. Toxiic still in touching distance though. Again, Mizixi proving to be tough to get past. He had to bump Toxiic out the way, recover quickly, and then save the ball. And he did all that, but still Toxiic finds a way through. 10 seconds to go, and he's back within a goal. Mzxy just needs to get a hold of this ball or a hold of some boost. It looks like he's going to get a bit of both here in the closing seconds. Actually plays for the flick though. My goodness, that's aggressive. Because if Toxiic stayed somewhere in the middle of the box there, just read a miss, that was wide open. Mzxy, I guess, knew that that was such a threatening position. Toxic's likely to jump, and he was absolutely spot on. Yeah, good ping for Mina, definitely. Mzxy with 80 ping is not the best I've seen. I mean, I think 76, 72 is the absolute best you can get from the Middle East, at least from Saudi Arabia, but 80 is a number you will gladly take if you're playing on the away server in general. I think you'll be very happy with this. Game 2, starting off with a Toxiic goal. And yeah, not the bump, just the goal scorer. I'm not making fun of the gameplay. Let's see, what can Mizixi get done now that Toxic's got a better idea of what to expect from him. I think, you know, Mizixi at the start of this series probably caught Toxiic off guard by just how aggressive he played in the opening few minutes. And then it was Toxiic forced to overextend at the end of the game that allowed Mizixi chances to add one more 4th goal to his tally and got him across the finish line. I think now that Toxic's had some time to adjust to that, like, I mean, it's challenges like that one. I mean, that is exactly what we're talking about here. Pure aggression from Mizixi, just immediately going, and again, just diving straight away. He's definitely leaning towards going rather than not, and then supplementing his rush challenges and his aggressive challenges with the occasional shadowing play. Yeah, Toxic's just got to get behind the ball every single play because Mizixi might be going. So Toxic's in here, just straight towards the ball. Pretty much ignoring. Mizixi's still going to keep doing what he's doing though. I mean, it is working. It's putting tons of pressure on Toxiic. He's just a quick player, it seems. Not on the wall like Toxic's expecting. Toxiic trying to turn to close the gap, and then all of a sudden it's over the top of him and into the top corner. I mean, to be beating a player like Toxiic to the ball cleanly is already impressive, but I mean, you've got to occasionally remind yourself that Saudi Arabian players, they do it with a slight ping disadvantage, which does make it all the more impressive. How long can Mzxy keep surprising Toxiic with these plays? Just a slightly delayed challenge there. Again, messing with the timing, just keeping Toxiic guessing. And now just straight middle again. Another clean beat by Mzxy as he gets his 2nd goal. I mean, if Mizixi can keep this up for the entire show match, I'll be so impressed. I said that I've seen him play, I'm familiar with his play, and I know he's a monster, but Toxic's form recently has been undeniable, and to see Mizixi just come in and almost disrespect him with all these challenges. If you're wondering what I mean when I say disrespecting, oh my goodness, what a flick by Toxiic. By the way, Mizixi's giving him a nice shot in the quick chat for that one. Let's take a look at Mizixi's POV here. Just good old faithful from Toxiic, delayed flick. on the diagonal. My word. Got some distance on it. Yeah, what I mean when I say playing disrespectfully, there's nothing wrong with what Mizixi's done, because I know some people might hear that and think, whoa, 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 why are you criticizing his play? I'm actually not criticizing it, I'm complimenting his play. When you disrespect your opponent in Rocket League, it's basically saying to your opponent, I don't think you've managed your boost well. I don't think you've got enough mechanical skill to get back to that ball. I'm just going to go and test you. It's kind of like just testing the goalkeeper in a sport. You're just taking a shot to see if they're actually paying attention. And Mizixi's been doing that, and he caught Toxiic off guard quite a lot already this series. Either running dry on boost or, well, speaking of the devil, Mzxy running out of boost there. Running dry on boost or not expecting a challenge at the very last second. And all that said, Toxiic has got into a lead now, and immediately, as soon as he saw Mizixi going down the line there, comes into the middle of the pitch. Just masterful positioning by Toxiic here. Take notes, ladies and gentlemen, if you see your opponent running back down the line to get their back corner boost, don't follow them. Get into the middle of the pitch. Look how much bigger the goal is from this angle compared to attacking it from a tight angle. Toxiic just really putting on a very, very simple lesson for all of you there on how to attack a shadowing defender. Give yourself an angle, give them more angles to cover, more shots to think about, and make the timing all that more difficult for them. Oh, not the save Mzxy wanted there. Hits off the inside of the post, and that's going to allow Toxiic another chance to score. He puts that one high. Mzxy on small pads though. Toxiic almost catches him off out of position. Toxiic did get the big boost in the corner there. That's all he needed to get back to the play. What's he got planned? Is he really going to force the issue here? Is he quite happy with a 2-goal lead? He's going to force it, and now it's a 3-goal lead. Toxiic starting to get into the swing of things here. Mzixi's early aggression countered more and more often. Toxiic backflipping there just to pop the ball to safety, also to stop his car's advance in case Mzxy tries to demo him in the spot. Mzxy using a lot of boost on this bounce dribble. Oh, Toxic's completely blundered though, but the bounce is not what Mzxy wanted. And I think Toxic's also missed the open net. This is not going to bounce scantily for him. Well, comedy of errors by both players there. Somehow we don't get a goal at either end of the pitch. Still Toxiic leading by 3. That might be about to change. Indeed it is. Well, everything's just gone completely wrong for both these players here. Mzxy finally ends the disaster class with an open net. And yeah, I think Toxiic wisely spins on the spot. Because at the end of all that, that's about all you can do. He just had all the mistakes in one go, getting them out of his system. Now hopefully for his sake, he can get back on track, because until then he was doing very well this game, and he is back on track. Bumps Mzxy off with mid boost and puts in a 7th goal. Back in front. Mzxy not landing cleanly there, did not get a flip off in the right direction. Oh, look at this. Toxiic pre-flip attempted, almost had that one out. Actually, chat, what kickoff did he do there? I looked back halfway through the kickoff. I just had to quickly tab out. I looked back and he's not gone for the ball. Did he completely fake it, or was it delayed? Oh, he half flipped. Okay, okay. Good to know. If you're wondering why that's good to know, this is something you should always be making a mental note of if you play ones. What kickoff your opponent's doing, especially on the diagonal spawn. It's the most volatile spawning point in terms of what can happen on the kickoff. You really want to pay attention to what your opponent is doing on the diagonal spawn. So if they half flip one time, there's a non-zero chance they're going to do it again at some point in the series. And that is a kickoff that can be hard countered. So not sure if Mzxy is aware. I know a lot of you guys will be, but we'll open it up to the chat, play a little bit of Q&A here while we wait for game 3 to start. chat, what is the hard counter to the half flip kickoff in 1v1? What can you do if somebody's half flipping on their boost in 1v1? What can you do that puts yourself in a better position every time? Delayed flip, bring it back, take ball to your boost. Yeah, a lot of you guys are aware. Slow kickoff, take it back, delay. Okay, so delay can give you an advantage. It's not guaranteed. There is, yeah, the way that you can guarantee an advantage, you can guarantee 100 boost for yourself and possession, is by just getting around the ball quickly and dribbling it back into your corner. That is how you guarantee a win, a winning position, I should say. It is not massively winning, but it is winning. Because if you have the ball and 100 boost in 1v1, you're in a winning position. The player with the ball has control. So that's how you counter it. So that's what Mizixi is going to need to look out for. If he sees Toxic's nameplate moving away from himself instead of towards him, then he's got to really quickly adjust. Usually these players are flipping early. They're speed flipping towards the ball. You've got to very quickly adjust and start to get around the ball and then hit it hard towards your back corner. The reason you got to hit it hard, if you do it too softly, suddenly you're not in a winning position anymore. You're being hunted. Just like Mizixi's hunting Toxic right now. But yeah, delaying your kickoff's not a terrible idea. It can give you a good position. It really all depends on how well you can flick the ball with no boost. Because if you're not flicking the ball very fast with no boost, you're not going to get too much of a chance. But you're not going to get much of a chance of scoring. Similarly, if you're not able to low 50 the ball very well, you're not going to want to dribble it. You'd rather just take it back to your corner. But if you're good at low 50s, good at flicks, then yeah, delaying your kickoff and just dribbling the ball with low boost can be good. Not as good though. It's a risk. Taking it back corner is not a risk. I'd advise only do that if you're losing by a few goals with not much time left. Then okay, time to take risks. Teammates and Daz are asking about you might want to hit them up after a show match. What, are they live right now? What are they up to? Right after this show match, I'm going to be joining Rizzo and CJ for Chalkcast. Oh, big miss by Toxic. Now that's actually against the run of play. He's going to get back and save the ball though after a keen demo. Very important. That was off the back of a huge mistake. Apologies, had to really quickly reply to a message there. Yeah, you're right. T-Base and Daz are about to do a prediction stream. I had to let them know I can't join at the moment. I will be busy after this. Somehow we've ended up in a 0-0 game. Are we going to cross halfway with no goals? This is so rare in 1v1, but we are indeed going to cross halfway with absolutely no goals. What on earth just happened? I feel like I picked a good game to tab out and send a message because we've got 0 goals. Mizixi looking to be the first. Takes his time. This is the best chance in a while, but he's completely messed it up, but it's going to be Toxic to score first. Unless he misses the easiest open net of the day, which he doesn't. And we will have a very simple first goal after a scoreless 0-0. Toxic seems like he's quite happy to play reactionary in this matchup for the most part. Just letting Mizixi make moves that he can counter. It's not a bad idea when you're up against a player who has played as aggressively as Mizixi does. You can't just back off and give them all the space. You can't just do nothing and expect to win. But as soon as they make a move, if you can respond quickly, you can absorb the pressure, get a delayed touch on the ball, get favorable 50-50s. That's what Toxic's doing here. He's once again just allowed Mizixi to come towards him, and the counter-attack lands. Mizixi's just not been threatening enough with the flicks in order for Toxic to challenge early here. That's going to be a third goal for Toxic. Wave dash recovery kickoff is good. 3-0. It's all falling apart for Mizixi. Needs a more threatening attacking package, or else Toxiic is going to be quite happy waiting patiently and scoring simple goals. What does Mizixi have in his back pocket here? Another clean beat, but not on target this time. Wants to keep the attack going quickly. Smart turn there by Mzxy, but Toxiic equal to it. Oh, not a bad play by Mzxy to save that shot. He's still in with a good chance here with a lot of time to go in the game. But scoreless is really not what you want to see when you look up at your score 4 minutes into a 1v1 game. Stealing recovery from Toxiic just to back up Mizixi again. Mizixi had to respect that. Toxiic knew that he was coming there, so another play for Mizixi falls flat. And again, Toxiic just waits. He knows Mizixi's the one with no time. Mizixi's the one who has to go here, has to take risks. Toxiic does not have to do anything of the sort. Hard shot to the backboard for Mizixi. Toxiic effortlessly pops it back towards the halfway line before circling for the boost. Well, you know, a misplay might have worked in Mizixi's favor there. I don't think he meant to miss the backcorner boost, but by missing it, he missed the steal. That actually baited Toxiic to go and get it, and then Mizixi scores. But fair play. If he deliberately left that, that is an incredibly high-level play. But it looked like he went for it and just missed. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Still Toxiic with ball control. Clever possession play at the end of the game here. This is going to frustrate Mizixi, who's forced to challenge at some point. Toxiic actually anticipated a ceiling challenge there, just pinched the ball to the side. And Mizixi just doesn't have time. He's got to rush this. I don't think it's possible. He would have needed to flick this a couple seconds ago. Not able to get even one. It is going to be a 2-goal difference at the end of it all. Toxiic puts himself on double match point. Is this Mizixi's debut? Indeed it is. We're into game 4 now. And a strong start to Mizixi's debut. A confident start has been completely snuffed out by Toxiic since then. This is going to be a really big win for whoever gets it, honestly. Mzxy in his debut against the informed Toxiic, or Toxiic getting revenge against Mzxy, who beat him the only other time they played, and continuing his impressive streak, just elevating him even further up the 1v1 leaderboard. Flicks like that are pretty helpful. Doesn't go in, but that's got Mzxy very worried early on. It's easy to forget just how dangerous Toxic's flicks are, but he should be in the conversation with players like Mzxy, players like Lion Blaze. Some of the most consistently dangerous flicks in the game, and he's just completely outplayed Mzxy here. Boost control and ball control, resulting in a pretty easy finish. Mzxy was looking for the small pads. Toxiic just playing keep away. Queps, thanks for the 2-month prime, by the way. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're enjoying the show matches tonight. Toxiic is definitely having a better time now that game 1 is done and dusted. What's Mzxy got left? It's starting to fall apart at all sides of the pitch all of a sudden. First it was just Toxiic getting a read on Mzxy's offense, and now Mzxy just doesn't really have a way to even dispossess Toxiic reliably. Well, that should work. That's looking a lot better. And it will be the aerial play for Mzxy. It gets a goal past Toxiic early. And some people don't like this kind of play. I'm a big fan of it personally, the possession play that Toxiic has been known to go for. Quite a few players, Mzxy's been known to go for this as well. Some players don't like it. They want to always see goals being attempted, but personally I like the switch up because it's very difficult to control possession in a 1v1 against another pro player. Oh, that's just the worst landing of all time for Mzxy. That's a nightmare. Toxiic going to slow roll him a little bit here, but not too much. Mzxy's coming back in a couple of split seconds. That's such a bad landing. Landing on the crossbar with just 2 wheels. It's a death sentence in Rocket League. It's a nice setup here for Mzxy. Shot is it's not good enough though. Toxic's timed his challenge well. Oh, nice 50-50 though. Mzxy. I mean, it's an absolute dead ball. look at the technique for this 50-50 here. Gets in front of it and then uses that reverse 45-degree flick. Or flip, I should say. Just keep it on the spot. Kind of reminiscent of the kickoff Scrubkilla has been using in his 1v1s for the past year. Just like that, Mizixi is back in the game, back in the series. He only got 1 goal in 5 minutes last game. Now he's got 3 in 2. It's not been that complicated. Think about how he got these goals. Just a quick air dribble, a low 50, and now kickoff going his way with a solid ground shot at the end of it all. He doesn't need to overcomplicate it. I'm seeing a lot of you guys in chat saying he's got to slow down, he's got to take more time with his plays. I think he's just got to play with the confidence he had in game 1. I think it started to fall off a little bit when Toxic started to get good reads on him. Mizixi's clearly got the ability to put Toxic in awkward positions. Now he just has to capitalize when he gets into those positions more often. Clinical finishing is the name of the game. Too often, I think, relying on flicks from awkward angles he's just not quite comfortable with. Eros RL, thanks to 22-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Mizixi didn't really have too much boost there. Had to do something with the ball. Now here comes Toxic. That's a heavy touch. That's another heavy touch, and it's in. Long-range air dribble goes way over the top of Mizixi. I think after that first heavy touch there, actually no, it would have been the second heavy touch. Mizixi thought he had a window. He thought Toxic had overhit that. It was actually bait. Toxic had full control the whole way. And he remains completely in charge of this series' final destination. Mizixi wants to slow roll him at the near post. Not working out. Toxic more than ready for these lunging challenges. Mizixi with 2 fakes in a row. Toxic making sure to bounce that ball upwards, out of position. Well, that's not the play Toxic wanted. Well, he's been so good all day at controlling the possession, keeping it away from Mizixi, waiting for mistakes. Mizixi must have forgotten what it's like to just get a free goal. And there it is, and he takes it. Routine save for Toxic. For once, this flick not really doing too much. Mizixi being forced to back off pretty consecutively here in defense. And Toxic's just too quick into position again. Oh, Mizixi not doing enough with that clear. Lost control. Just completely gave the ball away from point blank range, and he might be conceding a second goal here. This is going to be pretty tough to stop. And he didn't know, he could only put it in. You can see what he was trying to do there. He's trying to get a post pinch save, but he's just accidentally hit it into his own net there. Don't know if it was even possible to post pinch save that with Toxic disrupting his approach. So Mizixi trying to force an own goal there, but that's not going to work out either. Toxic well aware of what he's up to. Now Toxic off the back corner, stealing recovery. The floor pinch as well. Luckily for Mizixi, that one does not go in. That would have probably killed all the confidence he's got left. Revenge for Toxic. Just 33 seconds away. Now, Toxic told me before taking this match, he wants matches against the big dogs. He wants to go against the best. But he's defending his status right now as the favorite successfully. Mizixi's shots and flicks have just not been good enough. They've fallen off. Toxic's had full control for 3 games in a row, and he'll seal it with the demo. It's a 3-1 win. Nas could not avenge his loss against Arias, but Toxic avenges his against Mizixi. Still very impressive stuff from Mizixi at the start of this series. He just didn't have the steam, didn't have the composure to keep it going all the way through. Still GG's. Great to have him on. It's been too long. I've been looking to get him on the stream for a long time now. One of the up-and-comers in the Middle East. Clearly has potential. Yeah, just didn't have the longevity to match a player of Toxic's caliber at the moment.